Purple Sunday, y'all. Purple Sunday. Okay, I think that's just about right. How y'all doing this morning? Woo! Oh yeah, we made it another one, y'all. First of all, Trump. Mike Johnson says that Trump was an informant for the FBI on the Jeffrey Epstein case. Ooh, didn't even know that, did you? All right, we're going to get into it this morning. Hope everybody's good. Real quick, we're going to call out some names. Cat Dad, Rebecca Lanyan Bueno, Mark Dorfman, Batty Lynn's up in the building. I see we got Rebecca Lanyan Bueno. Who else is that? Mark Dorfman. That's who we got right now. And guess what we about to do? Let's see. Not yet. We can talk some more. Let's get the tie straight. Okay. Got the backdrop up. Okay. Got everything good over here. Got the good flow going on. Okay. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. I hope y'all ready. Y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. I appreciate every single one of y'all. Again, it's Purple Sunday. That's right. Put that purple up in the comments. Let me see those hearts. Show that love because y'all know where we coming from today. We got follow-ups. We got tariffs. We got, let's just do what we got to do because I think he's just about ready. Let me see. Uh-oh. I'm ready to go. They're ready to go. It's time to start the show. Let's get ready, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And we're going to wind it up. We're going to wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Maybe this side. Wind it up. Wind it up. Maybe you want them to do it. Because it's time to do it. I'm ready, y'all. I don't know what's going. Yeah. And, oh, yes, y'all. You know we got to get those fingertips right. It's raining outside New York right now, so it's a nice cool breeze going on, a nice mist. Some people still sleep, but guess what? We up, because guess what? I knew a girl named Nikki. I guess you could say she was a sex fiend. I met her at a hotel lobby, bathing with a magazine. She said, how'd you like to waste some time? And I could not resist when I saw little Nikki grind. The air guitar, y'all. Oh yeah, I know it. She took me to her castle and I just couldn't believe my eyes. She had so many devices, everything that money could buy. She said, sign your name on a dotted line. The lights went out and Nikki started to grind. It's real hard to try to clean up Prince while you freestyling, but if you're a true fan, you don't got no problem doing it, especially when it's pump that beat. It's Sunday, September 7th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that and that. But we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. Just got me lit. Yes, the song is called Darling Nikki by Prince, one of his first songs on his first album. Check it out, y'all. Let me know how y'all appreciate that music. Let me get on over here to the comments to see what you guys got for me this morning. I guess the comments went kind of crazy, so it just went everywhere. Everybody, I know I said this a little earlier, but let's see who we got in the building this Purple Sunday morning. We got Matthew up in the building. That's right, you guys. Who else we got up in here? We got Robert up in the building. We got Cat Dad. What's up, Cat Dad? How you doing? Okay, what else we got? We got Matthew. Cat Dad says cold fingertips. That's right. Wakes you up in the morning. That's right. Demonetized. What's going on, Demonetized? How you doing? Good morning. We got Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Also, who we got up in the building? We got Liberty and Justice. Good morning. Saying good morning to Mark. What's going on? I haven't seen you in a while, Demonetized. Hope everything's going well with you and the family. Who else we got up in here? We got Matthew. That was kind of funny right there, Matthew. Yeah, we try to have fun on Sunday morning. Why try to be a stick in the mud? Nikki started to grind. You know, I couldn't say the first part, right? She took me to her castle and I just couldn't believe my eyes. She had so many devices, everything that money could buy. She said, sign your name on a dotted line. The lights went out and Nikki started to grind. Happy birthday to, it ain't my birthday, happy Sunday. I'm sorry, my bad eyes over here. Thank you so much, Liberty and Justice. Happy Sunday to everybody. Y'all already know what it is. It's time to get into it. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. This is our bottom line. Y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. That's right, number one co-host, hanging out with the number one host and the number one show in the 6 o'clock to whenever we're done hour. That's right, you guys. I'm going to ask you guys right now, don't even wait. Go ahead and hit those like buttons to let everybody know that we here and we about to get it in. Because you know what I got? I got a fully loaded clip. As well as, you know what else I got, right? I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos at a time. You guys are going to stay on topic. This way we stay on point and on measure. Let me know where you're chiming in from and let me know what time it is where you're chiming in from as well. I'm going to try to stay cool as possible with the purple jacket that we represent for Purple Sunday, y'all. It's Purple Sunday. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. It's Purple Sunday. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. That's right. That's the day where we just put on something purple to represent the show. That's it. Nothing big, no big deal. The same way like they wear the green jacket. That's just what we do one day out of the week. And guess what, y'all? I'm ready to get busy because you know what I got? I got a fully loaded clip. And guess what? Let's get into these titles. What we got this morning? Some very new information we got here. We got Trump. Mike Johnson says that Trump was an informant for the FBI on the Jeffrey Epstein case. That's right, said it right out in front of reporters, said straight up and down, he's not hiding anything because of the fact that he was an informant for the FBI. Straight up admitted it. Let's keep on going, you guys. What else we got next? We got, is Luigi Mangioni modeling for Shein? We just saw that Shein has released a few new images of him in their on wearing their items. That's right, Luigi Mangioni was on Shein advertising that shirt right there. $12. Believe it or not, it's sold out. Let's keep on moving, you guys. What else you got over here? We got this illegal immigrant that's accused of attacking a train conductor, a deputy, and the K9. He was not playing. He tried to get over the tracks. Train stopped for him. Next thing you know, he wants to scrap. I got a lot for you guys this Sunday morning. It's Purple Sunday. Double tap that screen, get those likes up. Hope everybody slept well, had a fantastic morning. It's time to get into it, you guys. It's time to go. Let me get this sound up. Let me get the sound. Make sure we good on audio. Where else? What else am I doing right here? I got to bring you guys this gaffle right here where President Trump had a dinner at the, he speaks directly to lawmakers at a congressional dinner at the White House Rose Garden. This is when he came together with people who he's calling his friends, people who have been with him for a long amount of time that he wants to give a little bit of love to. So therefore, he made one little sit down for all of those people just for him to give some love back to and praise them for the respect and the support that they've been giving him throughout his term.
That's the first word I said in this beautiful setting. We have worked very hard to bring it to fruition, and not an easy situation. but it's something that I think we're all going to enjoy for many, many years to come. It's a tremendous, tremendous place. This is the Rose Garden. We never touch the rose. The roses are in full bloom, and they will be in full bloom during certain seasons, but we never touched. I tell you what we did. The grass was not usable. Every time we'd have a press conference, women in particular were sinking deep into the mud. And at some point I said, you know, it's time to make the change. And we picked a great stone.
Starting a fashion brand shouldn't feel impossible. Other print-on-demand platforms.
And we have a great speaker system, I hope. I hope everybody hears us perfectly. But a lot of people are wondering why you're here tonight. And I'll tell you very simply why you're here, because you are the ones that I never had to call at 4 o'clock in the morning. You are the ones that have been my friend. And you know what I'm talking about. And you're smart and even brilliant people, but you would tell people, you know, I don't speak to the president much because I always vote with the president. And Mike Johnson, who's going to go down as one of the great speakers of our time or any other time. Mike, thank you very much. I said, Mike, I want confidence and have confidence. This was originally going to be for Congress only. We're going to have the senators sometime, but a couple of the senators really wanted to be here. And I'm going to start off by one of them, who's a really good friend of mine, comes from a state where I was, I think, 77 out of 77 district or areas. I won them all 3 times. Ronald Reagan was second. He got 56. Is that right? I got 77 out of 77. And I did it 3 times. So I happen to love the state of Oklahoma.
Come on in, guys.
And I'm going to ask
in.
James Langford to come up and say great.
Come on, guys. We got to keep it moving now. Thank you, President. See, he's showing love to his people, but we got to show love to our people over here on our bottom line and tell you some updates on what we found out about alligator. Alligator Alcatraz. Remember, there's certain people that put in a release as far as like a stop work order so that they can't operate. Guess what? Judges turn that around, and now Alligator Alcatraz scores big in a win against migrant deportations. Let me let them tell you what's going on.
And we're back with member of the House Intelligence Committee, Florida Republican Congressman Greg Steube. Congressman, welcome back.
Thanks for having me.
So, Alligator Alcatraz, the immigrant detention facility in your state, there's been a fight over it in the courts. Now it can proceed. The ACLU is not happy. Let's play that. I'll get you to react.
Its detention facility, which is also dubbed Alligator Alcatraz, are opened hastily without any sort of proper environmental review, due process protections, or basic standards of care, staffed with under-trained personnel operating under very questionable legal authority.
What kind of excuse was that? Questionable, blah, blah, blah. The argument wasn't even strong enough. So that means that doom can keep on working. Let's go, y'all.
How do you respond, Congressman?
Well, obviously the appeals court didn't agree with her, and thankfully they reversed the district court decision, which will allow Alligator Alcatraz to continue and allow the great state of Florida to continue to help President Trump to deport illegal criminals in our state. So again, you'll see as these cases work through the process that will eventually be successful. Conservatives will be successful. You have activist organizations that try to stop the Trump administration at every stop. We have the House, we have the Senate, we have the White House. The only thing that they have to try to fight us is the court system. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to try to stop every effort that we have to deport illegal immigrants in our country. Suddenly the Democratic Party is the one that supports defending illegal immigrants, defending gangbangers, defending rapists and criminals that are in our country. It's crazy that the left feels the need to defend these people. I'm glad that President Trump is getting criminals out of our state.
Keep on going. We're going to stay in the same state right now because we got some more updates. What's that? Florida over there again, Palm Beach. We got the feds that warn of a growing D-Rug gang pipeline by sea. Check this out. I think they took out about, 11 or 4? Either 4 boats or 11. I don't know which story this is, but I'm going to let them tell it.
Tonight, federal agents are sounding the alarm about drugs and violent gangs headed to our shores.
They are now coming to our area by sea in greater numbers than before. And I want to show you some pictures we received from the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. We broke the news Monday that 4 migrant boats were intercepted off our coast this weekend. DEA investigators and the St. Lucie County Sheriff spoke exclusively with our Kate Hussey to explain the dangerous shift in smuggling tactics and why it should matter to you.
So they're going a different way now, guys. Instead of going through the normal pipelines and areas that they normally snuggle things through, they're just trying to get on these speedboats and speed as fast as they can to certain places that have less possibility of there being any sort of security there as far as police and stuff. But guess what? They still got caught. Let's go. Let's go.
Monday, we told you about 4 migrant boats stopped off our coast, 3 of them right here in Fort Pierce. Now we've learned those boats have ties to what federal agents say is an international conspiracy investigation. A warning, law enforcement says, is just the beginning. A wave of migrant boats.
They were flying in pretty fast.
Hitting the shores of Fort Pierce in just hours.
I saw all the government roll in the inlet, lights, sirens, everything.
And now St. Lucie County Sheriff Richard Del Toro.
So it's a threat. It's a threat to our community.
Warns it's a sign of what's coming. Are you expecting to see an uptick in cases like this?
Absolutely.
Del Toro says his agency helped set up an operation to stop these 3 boats from hitting near the Fort Pierce Inlet Saturday.
We got intelligence that there was a couple boats coming over from the Bahamas.
On board 30 Chinese nationals, including 2 children, 5 Bahamians, and 168 kilograms of cocaine.
Definitely drug trafficking.
They were coming from the Bahamas. We are certain of that.
DEA Special Agent Kevin Bobbitt says just hours later on Sunday, a 4th boat near Lantana was stopped with 1 person on board.
And another 125 kilos of cocaine on it.
He says all 4 vessels are tied to an international drug trafficking organization.
So this is part of a larger international conspiracy investigation that my office is running right now.
Bobbitt says it's a trend he's been tracking recently. Traffickers flying commercially into the Bahamas, then paying about $30,000 to $35,000 per person to be smuggled into.
So $35,000 per each one of those people that was on the back of that boat. That's the kind of money that they're pushing through. And at the same time, since they got the boat, why not put some D-rugs on there? So the people don't even know what's going on when they're getting snuggled over on those boats. It's crazy, y'all.
South Florida by boat.
So it's criminal organizations in Southeast Asia and China that are bringing them.
And like Del Toro, he expects to see a lot more drug trafficking cases like this, and says it all ties back to the tightening of the southern border, pushing more people to come by sea.
So what we've seen is the Bahamas has really relaxed a lot of their immigration. And so people are going there as kind of a launching point to get here to the United States.
There's only 3 ways to smuggle: land, sea, and air. And with land routes being more restrictive at this point, sea and air are the way to go.
All right, y'all. Land routes being more restricted, sea and air are the way to go. Let's get up. Go ahead, double tap that screen for your boy, because we putting it down nice and early for this Purple Sunday. It's Purple Sunday, y'all. Purple Sunday. Ohio, Kash Patel says that the Chinese companies indicted for alleged roles of the internal trafficking. I can say that as long as I don't say the internal word, I can say the trafficking part. Okay, let him tell it.
Ohio, like the rest of the country, has suffered from a drug epidemic, and it's taken too many of the lives of our children and our youth and our communities.
The FBI and law enforcement across the country, including here in Central Ohio, are trying to stem the flow of fentanyl and its precursors.
Through an indictment today, we learned that the FBI took around 139 kilograms of fentanyl powder off the streets. According to FBI Director Kash Patel, that's enough doses to kill 70 million Americans. And according to the DEA, 2 milligrams of fentanyl can be lethal. We thank you for joining us for NBC4 at 5. I'm Jennifer Bullock.
Good work. I'm Jared Smalley. NBC4 crime and safety reporter Anna Hoffman listened into the news conference in Cincinnati and is joining us now with more details on it. Anna?
Jen and Jared, to put that number that you just said into perspectives, Ohio's population is around 12 million people. So times that by about 5. That's how many people the fentanyl seized could kill. 24 people were charged in this case, including 2 from Tip City, Ohio, and 22 Chinese nationals, along with 4 Chinese companies.
We're done playing whack-a-mole.
Top national and state law enforcement officials in Ohio Wednesday to celebrate what FBI Director Kash Patel is calling a first-of-its-kind takedown in the fight against fentanyl.
The brilliant team here, our case team, was able to figure out the companies in mainland China that produce the fentanyl, the locals here in Ohio and across America, along with the banking institutions and the flow of money, and to shutter them with this indictment in one fell swoop. It is years of work targeting a enterprise that the American public just doesn't have too much understanding of.
The 5-count indictment says the alleged crime started in 2022 and names Eric Payne of Tip City, Ohio, as a main distributor of fentanyl in southern Ohio. It says Payne allegedly used cutting agents from Chinese companies to make the drug more potent.
Drug traffickers use cutting agents to increase the yield of drugs that the drug trafficker can sell and make more profit. Here, the conspiracy involved the importation of cutting agents that increase the yield of the fentanyl, but that also maintain the potency of the mixture.
The indictment names 2 more Americans. One, they say, is Payne's girlfriend, who allegedly helped Payne make financial transactions, some of which use cryptocurrency.
All right, y'all. Again, like I always tell you, we try to take 2 minutes, but that was very informative. So we took about 32 more seconds of that. We're going to keep on moving forward because doom, 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 doom. ICE, ICE, baby. We got to get on over to the ICE director. He warns that these sanctuary city policies that protect the worst of the worst are harming Americans. Let's go, y'all. Yesterday, the iPad went out on me. Had to freestyle. Had to make sure it's at 100% today, and we ready to go. I's ready to go. How Wanda used to say it, I says I's ready to go. I ready to go. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it.
All right, let's bring in Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons. Mr. Director, thank you for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me.
I want to go right to what we see Molly Lang doing up there in Boston. You were previously the Boston ICE Director up there. You're familiar with this operation. And also, Director Lyons, what's your response to Mayor Wu, who literally in that statement is accusing you of, quote, attacking the Boston community?
Well, you know, it's preposterous because I don't know how she can say we're attacking the Boston community when you see just by those cases right there. If we're arresting a sex offender, if we're arresting a known gang member, I am not sure who she's protecting, right? With sanctuary jurisdiction policies like that, only protect the worst of the worst. What the men and women of the Boston field office are doing right now, they are responding to find these criminal aliens that have been released due to sanctuary policies. And that's what we're doing. We're not attacking the citizens. We're not attacking the innocent. We are arresting criminal aliens that should not be in this country.
When you say criminal aliens, you mean folks who are not only in the U.S. illegally, but have allegedly broken some kind of criminal statute.
So in these instances, the case you're seeing on right here, these people have come to our attention because a police department or a state entity or a county sheriff has arrested those individuals. And we have intelligence that they were here in the country illegally. So whether it be the Boston Police Department, Massachusetts State Police, Suffolk County Sheriffs, if they arrest someone that's here illegally for a crime and they think there's such a public safety threat that they're going to arrest them and put them behind bars, wouldn't it be incumbent upon them to turn them over to ICE so we could take those threats out of the community? But instead, we have to go out and find these people because they just don't want to cooperate with ICE.
Mr. Director, let me turn your attention to Chicago. There's a lot of talk about what's going to go down in Chicago. What can you tell us? Has it already begun? Will we see something starting this weekend there? And what is your reaction to people like Governor Pritzker, Mayor Johnson, who are essentially trying to rally protests against your officers?
Well, one thing I'd say to the governor is we've been there all along. We might have a larger presence now, but ICE has been operating in Chicago since January 20th and under President Biden's administration. We are out there targeting the worst of the worst, just like we are in Boston. So in cases where jurisdictions don't want to work with us, we are going to put more officers and agents on the ground to go out and get these offenders that, you know, get re-released back into the community and re-offend again. And
all right, y'all. Y'all see what I said? 2 minutes, and we gonna keep on going. 2-minute warning. Appreciate all the information. In Chicago, they coming for y'all. Ooh, I can't wait till they come to New York. Y'all think I don't mind? I would love for some help because it seems like people walking around blind. Oh, we don't see anything that's going on. It's okay. Crime is not existent. Come on, y'all. Do your boy a favor. Double tap that screen because we getting busy. We got to get on over to Washington where your Uncle Tom reacts to President Trump's statement on the deporting of Venezuelans as well as sanctuary city policies. I know you guys love your Uncle Tom. You know, sometimes I got to make sure that he's in the deck sometimes just so you guys can see what he's got to say for you. Or to you. Audio, not that good though. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm trying over here. I'm working over here.
And there'll be one on appeal. You don't need to be a time of war to do the Alien Remedies Act. It needs to be an incursion, a predatory incursion, which I think occurred. There's numerous intelligence reports, you can look them up, FBI intelligence reports, intelligence community, that TDA is directly involved with the Maduro regime. They came here, they committed murders, they pushed drugs that killed.
You're saying TDA is involved with the Maduro regime. They came here and they did all types of murders and everything. Sorry, Tom. We definitely went to 3 different platforms to try to find your audio. Have no idea what's going on.
So I think they got it wrong. We'll win on appeal.
Even with that Bush appointee on the court.
Yep, sorry about that, you guys. I mean, I know you can't hear that, and I'm not going to force you to. Could have tried to turn the mics all the way up to peak, but then I got to go all the way back down on all the next clips. We're going to keep on moving forward because now we got the DOJ that responds to a hidden microphone and audio of an official talking about the Epstein files as well as a plan of a cover-up. Now we're going to get deep into it, y'all. Let's start getting into the Epstein files. I know that's what y'all came in for. Let's get into some Epstein information over here. Let's go. We got a hot mic over here.
Is in damage control after a DOJ official was secretly recorded on a hidden camera talking about the Epstein files. It's been going viral online. And in that video, one of the department's deputy chiefs says the files will be heavily redacted to remove all Republicans' names. He also suggests the DOJ is offering Epstein's accomplice, Ghislaine Maxwell, quote, something to keep her mouth shut.
The video was posted by the founder of Project Veritas. That is a controversial far-right group known for its undercover camera stings of people in the media and federal government. The DOJ is now pushing back hard on the video and the claims that were made by that official. NBC News legal affairs reporter Gary Grumbach joins us now. So, Gary, first, let's talk about how this group managed to secretly record a DOJ official. Do we know how and where this happened?
Yeah, so this is a group that calls themselves journalists, but that's really overstating it. They really just use deceiving tactics to try to get information out of people, and that's exactly what happened here. And some of the information that they got out of this man, this senior DOJ official, we already knew, right? Some of it was that there's thousands and thousands of documents related to the Epstein file. We've known that for several years now. We've been through all those documents. Another thing that he said was, quote, they'll redact every Republican or conservative person. We have no evidence that that is the case. In fact, we have reporting that there are no mentions of somebody like, for example, Donald Trump in these documents. So that is reporting that we have had for some time. But a senior DOJ official saying these things to begin with is certainly raising eyebrows, guys.
Yeah, I mean, raising eyebrows, that video was just wild. I mean, how is the Department of Justice responding to the contents of this video?
So this whole thing is wild, Morgan. I mean, the statement that the DOJ released was on a screenshot of a phone that had 30% battery, and it was an email. So this is not like some official letterhead statement, right? In the statement, it was a statement from this man that went on this Hinge date with this woman who we thought he was just going on a date with. And he says in part, quote, I recall that she testified any knowledge about Maxwell, and I specifically said I only know what's been reported in the media. So he perhaps is just watching and reading the news just like we are and does not actually have any information that is insight into actually what is going on behind the scenes at the DOJ, or perhaps he does have that information. I think
very questionable situation right there, but I wanted to let you guys see what was going on because you never know. It could actually have some sort of merits to it down the line. We're going to keep on moving forward now because now we got some exclusive information that the DOJ says they named 2 of Epstein's associates who he wired money to, and they're saying that there's no need to tell anybody or to make their names public. So for instance, the $557 million, I don't know if you guys know about that Jeffrey Epstein wired to his ex-girlfriend before he hit the bucket. They're saying that doesn't have to be reported as far as like to the news organizations. But some people like us already know about it, right? Right, guys? Right?
First to NBC's Yamiche Alcindor is at the White House with an NBC News exclusive.
I see it in your eyes. Once it was.
So basically what's going on again, like I said, $557 million sent to the girlfriend. Don't know about any other wire transfers that they may be trying to cover.
Memories built for a lifetime.
Let's go first to NBC's Yamiche Alcindor is at the White House with an NBC News exclusive. There's some new information within just this last hour, Yamiche, on the Epstein investigation. So what have we learned so far and what's going to come next?
Well, good afternoon, Alex. Just in the last hour, our colleague Tom Winter broke the news that the DOJ on Friday asked a federal judge overseeing the case of deceased sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein to deny a request from NBC News to unseal the names of two associates who received large payments from Epstein in 2018, court documents show. The Justice Department cited privacy concerns expressed by the two individuals as the reason for not making their names public. Now, the first associate received a payment of $100,000 from Epstein. The second associate received a payment of $250,000. Now, both of those payments happened in 2018, just days after the Miami Herald began publishing a series of stories where victims criticized a plea deal Epstein received in Florida in 2008. Now, as part of that plea agreement, Epstein secured a statement from federal prosecutors in Florida. The two people would not be prosecuted. Now, the payments became public after Epstein was indicted and arrested in New York in 2019. And just last month, NBC News sent a letter asking a federal judge to unseal the redacted names because Epstein's dead, the criminal proceedings have ended, and the DOJ said in a memo in July that there would be no additional charges filed against uncharged third parties. The judge has now given NBC News until September 12th to respond to the DOJ's request that the names remain secret. It's not known when the judge will make a final decision about NBC News' request. Now, of course, all of this comes as there's a bipartisan effort to release more files related to Jeffrey Epstein. Take a listen to lawmakers.
Less than 1% of these files have been released. We are demanding today on the discharge petition that all of the files be released. If you've looked at the pages they've released so far, they're heavily redacted. Some pages are entirely redacted. And 97% of this is already in the public domain. So I'm calling on my colleagues, be one of the next two who sponsors this discharge petition.
Question. I have a question for you guys. How many of you actually went into the description, the link in the description yesterday to actually go look at the files? If you actually went to look at the files, let's get a hands up like this. If you didn't, just give us a thumbs down, no problem. But if you are interested in seeing those redacted files that they are complaining about, let us know or just go check them out. But I want to know how many people know that the link is in the description right now, as well as the prior show for those exact files right there. You can go check them out. Also, are they redacted? What I saw was major redactions. Part of the videos weren't playing. All of the pages had like big white blockouts on them. What's really going on over here? Y'all really gonna give these files up or what? We'd like to know. You know, we'd really like to know. Let's get on over to doom, 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 doom. Do-do-doom-doom. Doom-doom-doom-doom-doom-doom. That's right, because they did their job and they got rid of somebody that you guys really want to see go back home. He's not going back home. He's actually going to Africa. Who am I talking about? Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He complained of fears of being nurtured in over 22 countries. He said that I don't want to go there. No, I don't want to go there. I'm scared to go there. They said, you know what? Maybe he wants to go live in South Africa. Maybe he wants to go live in South Africa because that's where they're sending him. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward. Thank you guys over here for this information right here, bringing us up to date. And now we got to get on over and see what's going on with Kilmar real quick, the guy that brought a lot of information on himself.
We do have a breaking news alert. The U.S. government has new plans for Kilmar Abrego Garcia. News 2's Sam Clementi has been following this case for months now. He is joining us at the WKRN.com alert desk with this new information. Sam.
Yeah, Haley, the U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement now says it plans to deport Garcia to Eswatini, a small country near the southern tip of Africa. The Trump administration mistakenly deported.
Oh man, why they doing this to him? They are so wrong for doing that to him. He's been fighting for so long. What do you guys think about this? Are you for Kilmar being deported to Africa? Because he can't go back to Venezuela. What do you guys think? Are you for Kilmer going back to Venezuela? I mean, leaving the country, going to Africa? That's, yeah. And if you think that they should leave him here, we got a thumbs down going on. If you're for him going, hands up, thumbs down. If you think that they should just leave this poor man alone. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go.
Deported Garcia to his home country of El Salvador earlier this year, but eventually brought him back here to Tennessee to face human trafficking charges. ICE has been trying to deport him again ever since. Officials had also previously threatened to deport Garcia to Uganda, but Garcia's attorney said he was afraid of being tortured there.
Mixed emotions.
In today's announcement, ICE said Abrego Garcia's fears could, quote, not be taken seriously because he claims to be afraid of being sent to at least 22 other countries. For breaking news around the clock, go to WKRN.com.
Okay, so we got mixed emotions in the comments over here, which is what I love. I see we got a debate going on. We got both sides over here. We got a lot of people that's saying that they think that he should be deported. And we got a lot of people that's for the deported. Deported. Y'all see that? Oh my God, that was crazy. You ever see that Dora the Explorer little meme that's running around on TikTok? Yeah, that's kind of crazy. You know, it's not funny, but it is kind of funny. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got to go over to somebody that all y'all women, you guys are making this man a millionaire. I'm talking about just the sheer look of this guy. No, y'all don't care what he did. He's you guys' Robin Hood. I'm talking about no other than Luigi Mangioni. And since people know that people love him so much, and the Chinese people, they're not stupid. You know what they decided to do? We're going to put him in some advertisements and sell some shirts. Check this out, you guys. Check this out. You've probably been surfing Shein, and all of a sudden you're wondering, how did Luigi Mangioni wind up in a Shein ad? Yeah, check this out.
Does this good-looking male model with a dazzling smile look familiar? Could that possibly be accused killer Luigi Mangioni selling men's shirts? The image of Mangioni or someone who looks exactly like him in a white short-sleeve sports shirt on the clothing website Shein is causing lots of people to scratch their heads. Is it him? Did he really pose for the photo? Or is it a case of AI? Mangioni is awaiting trial for allegedly assassinating United Healthcare executive Brian Thompson here in Manhattan last December. He's become a folk hero to some who are charmed by his good looks and general dislike for health insurance companies. Mangioni's lawyer, Thomas Dickey, was shocked to see the ad.
Mr. Mangioni did not authorize that. I wasn't happy to see somebody, using his...
You know, Chinese people, they don't care. They're like, American people really like Luigi Mangioni, huh? We use him for advertisement. We don't have to pay.
image or likeness for their own, monetary gain, period, let alone without his permission.
We asked AI expert Madeline Salazar to look at the ad.
You know that this isn't just a person who looks like him because the characteristics are too distinct. To build these AI characters, you submit about 20 photos of any individual. The AI will read the pixel pattern of what that face looks like. So then when you prompt it, it can recreate that face in any setting.
The company, which sold $38 billion in clothes in 2024, says in a statement, the image in question was provided by a third-party vendor and was removed immediately upon discovery. We're conducting a thorough investigation and will take appropriate action against the vendor in line with our policies. The ad apparently worked. The $12 shirts are sold out.
Yeah, okay. You're talking about they're going to look into it. They're going to look into their pockets. They're going to look into how they can't get caught the next time doing the same thing. And we almost got away with it. I mean, we got the money, but woo, we wish we could have kept on doing it. Come on, y'all. So from now on, all of the advertisements that you guys see on the website from now on, advertising all of our t-shirts, you might see Luigi Mangioni in one. You might see Trump in another one. Hey, they made it work. They sold out their t-shirts for $12.99. Ours are only $14.99. Why can't we do some advertising like that? Do your boy a favor and double tap that screen if you appreciate the content that you're getting right now. Double tap that screen. If you're not a member already, why not? Go ahead and become a member of the show. Share and like. Go ahead and subscribe. Hit that notification bell right there so that you know when we're on. Just so you guys know, I've been fishing the whole time. We got a lot of trolls up in here, and dun 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 dun. Bang! Had to get them up out of here. And y'all know, if y'all got a glove, if you guys are here, you've been here for a while, if you want to get these people out of here that's trolling, all you got to do is what? Say their name, and I'ma get them out of here. We got to keep on moving forward, you guys. We got to go over to Chicago, where this community who's basically been dealing with the with crime, they're actually pushing back. Now, check this out right now. We're going to go over to Chicago. They are fearful. This is a Chicago neighborhood that's fearful of what's about to come. Meaning, if the National Guard come in and there's more police and ICE starts coming in, they're going to start going into stores, restaurants, job locations. So now, Chicago residents of a certain immigration status are very nervous. Let's get into it over at Chicago real quick. Yes, we got more Epstein, but there's more going on in the world than just Epstein.
There is fear of ICE in Little Village. Community leaders are urging families to make a plan, but at the same time, keep living their lives by going to work and sending their kids to school. Students at this Little Village elementary school return to the building after their outside recess. Residents shop on 26th Street, where more than 1,000 businesses remain open. And in the neighborhood, the Mexican flag is flown proudly. The hope here is to continue with as much normalcy as possible.
I think going to school, having lunch, being able to still participate in programs and sports, and try to go as business as usual to help you stay focused and not be distracted.
Ismail Dominguez is a resource coordinator for the community organization Onslow Chicago. He is working inside Little Village High School to let students know their rights and calm their fears.
I still believe, honestly, that schools are the safest spaces for our kids.
Angel Gutierrez wears two hats. He is a Chicago school board member and the deputy director for Onslow. He says his organization is encouraging families to stay calm and develop an emergency plan.
Make sure that everyone in your family knows where you're going. If you're going to go to a store, let them know what store, right?
The Resurrection Project's Irandira Rendon will be tracking the patterns of ICE. She reminds people federal agents must have a federal warrant to enter any private place.
Okay, so basically they come into Chicago, and neighborhoods which have a heavy population of immigrants are very nervous, as we can see, and we know why. Because they probably aren't here legal. Go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up real quick, you guys, because now we're going to get back over to Washington. I do not agree with this situation right here, because now the White House is kind of abandoning, holding us down, and I'm going to be 100 with it. You guys always ask me, you're Republican? No. Democrat? No. Independent? No. Human being? Yes. That's why we made this platform for all human beings to come and debate on and be able to have a place to have a common conversation and come up with solutions. What's the solution to what's about to happen right now? What about if there's a problem with us on a flight? And what about if our flight is canceled or something like that? Now we don't have a chance of getting our refund back. There's also different compensations that the customer, when it comes down to airlines and flights, are now being disrupted. So if your flight is disrupted, now you're supposed to be able to get a refund. But under the current administration, what's coming up? Not so. Check out what's about to happen moving forward, you guys, as far as refunds, compensation, and things of that nature when it comes down to airlines and flights. Let's go with it. Let's go.
In our national lead, the Trump administration plans to roll back proposed rules requiring airlines to compensate passengers for some disrupted flights, siding, in effect, with the corporations, not the consumers. The rules were first proposed during the Biden administration, but in a document posted yesterday by the White House, the Secretary of Transportation announced that the Department of Transportation is going to abandon that proposed plan. Pete Buttigieg was, of course, Biden's Secretary of Transportation, and he joins us now. Secretary Buttigieg, I see you there at the gate at an airport. Tell us about these proposed rules and what consumers can expect now that the Trump administration is abandoning them.
So the idea of this proposed rule was to make sure that you could get compensation for your time if you are in one of these extreme delay situations or if your flight gets canceled. This is the norm in a lot of countries, Europe, UK, Canada. Passengers have enjoyed these rights for years, not so much in the United States. And so during the time that I was secretary, we launched a process to get these rules developed. It looks like under President Trump and Secretary Duffy, they are canceling that process. So passengers will not have that protection. And they're also indicating that they might be rolling back other protections, other rules that we had finalized, rights that you and I have right now as a passenger that may be at risk, may be rolled back based on some of the preliminary filings we've seen from this administration.
Transportation Department statement to CNN says that the department will, quote, implement all aviation consumer protection requirements mandated by Congress, unquote. Is that enough?
Yeah, let me translate that. In plain English, what that means is they will not do anything to protect passengers unless Congress makes them. We did everything we could within the authorities that Congress provided, and that meant going above and beyond the minimum, using the legal authority the department had to do things like make sure that you did get your money back automatically, to set strict rules on how that would work, to hold airlines accountable on things like their promises around seating you with your family, transparency around fees, so many other things that I think are really important. Look, the reason we did this was because so many passengers were having such a frustrating experience with the way they were being treated.
All right, that's it. You got 220. You're lucky you got that. And like I told you, I am not on any side but the common sense side. If something is making sense and I understand it, I'm going to be for it. That made sense right there. But guess what we're also going to do? We're going to investigate, because we don't want to take one side of the story and just let that be the law. We don't get down like that. So, what do? We don't say, oh, we don't like this network. We don't like that network. We look at what they're saying, and now we investigate to see if anything that they're saying has any actual truth to it. And then we just move on from there, because we're human beings. And what we do, we make our own assumptions and our own answers anyway. I mean, our own decisions, anyway. When we decide what we want to eat, when we decide what we want to drink, we making decisions, right? So in politics, there's nothing different. And you're no better than anybody else because you're part of that party or this party. We got some trolls that we're about to get rid of, and it's about to be funny. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys, because I got to get on over to West Stansbury as they rip the GOP for not signing the discharge petition for Jeffrey Epstein's paperwork. We got somebody to get up out of here that's trying to make themselves known. I love the fact that they're doing that, because they're sticking their heads out of the rabbit hole.
Gentlewoman from New Mexico is recognized for 2.5 minutes.
Mr. Speaker, I have to say I'm always amazed, disturbed, sometimes can't believe what I hear on this floor.
You're going to have enough time to find out what's going
We're
on.
sitting here today as the government shutdown is looming. Survivors of the crimes committed by Jeffrey Epstein and his associates are here on this campus sharing their harrowing and heartbreaking stories. The court has just ordered that Trump's illegal tariffs have been put in place and are harming Americans and violating the law. And the president is deploying our brave men and women,
Jesus Christ,
who serve in the National Guard to occupy American cities. And what is the GOP's agenda for this week crammed into this one bill that we're here to debate? One fake appropriations bill that they know will never pass. 3 resolutions to undermine protections for the environment. 1 resolution snuck in the dark of night to reconvene the January 6th Commission to try to rewrite history. And 1 resolution designed to provide Donald Trump and the White House cover in one of the largest Epstein cover-ups we've seen. This isn't about protecting people. We have a bipartisan discharge petition right there at the clerk's desk. If my colleagues would like to see the files released, the 2 of you who are in this chamber right now could literally walk down there and sign that petition right now. But you don't want the files released. You want it controlled by the Oversight Committee. Because if you did, you could sign that petition right there that would release those unredacted files. Now let's
I just wanted that to be said. I don't play any side of the coin, you guys, because I know how some people are. If you're a Democrat, we don't care if we're running into the fire. If we're a Republican, we're running into the fire. Independent, no, we ain't running to the fire over here. We do stuff on common sense over here. That makes sense over there. That made sense what they said. Where's the common sense party? Can we just make a party that says we common sense and ain't got nothing to do with the parties that's out right now? Common sense party. Anybody want to be a part of it? We need to start that party. We're going to keep on moving forward to Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. Oh, Puerto Rico. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom. Y'all don't know nothing about the soul clap. Doom, 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 doom. Y'all know about the soul clap? All right, anyway, let's get on over to Puerto Rico because the United States is sending some F-35s over there in Puerto Rico to target them drug cartels. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. Let's do it. It's a great morning. We got this Purple Sunday going on out here. Let's get it popping.
I want to switch gears here, Hal, and talk about another big story. This coming from Fox News' Jennifer Griffin reporting that the Pentagon is deploying 10 F-35 stealth fighter jets to Puerto Rico for counter-narcotics tasking in the Caribbean. A source familiar confirms to Fox News per Lucas Tomlinson. And I want to play out his report, and then we'll talk about it on the back end. Hal.
Okay. If they do put us in a dangerous position, they'll be shut down.
The Pentagon called the flyover of armed Venezuelan F-16s over the USS Jason Dunham highly provocative. The flyover took place 2 days after U.S. forces launched a strike on a Venezuelan drug boat in the Caribbean. President Trump said all 11 members of the Tren de Aragua gang on board were killed. The State Department declared the group a foreign terrorist organization in February. Republican member of the Senate Armed Services Committee called the strike justified.
The boat had been warned to stop. They chose not to. They were clearly running drugs. We had been tracking it since it left Venezuela.
Many Democrats called the strike a violation of international law.
They think they can get away with this. God knows what they are going to do next.
They think they can get away with this the same way I think I can get away with insider trading and making my... Yeah, come on, Nancy. Crypt Keeper Pelosi, the Crypt Keeper. Come on, let's go.
So that's what we're looking to right now, and there is reason to believe that this was not a legal action.
President Trump's defense secretary says the actions are justified after 400,000 Americans died from drug overdoses during the Biden administration.
A foreign terrorist organization poisoning your people with drugs coming from a drug cartel is no different than Al-Qaeda.
At the height of the Obama administration, the U.S. military carried out drone strikes in 7 different countries: Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Libya, Pakistan, Yemen, and Somalia. Over 500 in all, killing an estimated 3,500 people, including hundreds of civilians.
Keep on moving forward, you guys. We're going to keep on moving forward. I'm not even going to BS you. When it was the regular stuff, it was a little tolerable. You know what I'm talking about. But when that Fentanyl started getting involved and they started mixing all of that stuff in, taking out people like that, all of our stars and people that we know that's probably hooked on or whatever, I mean, if it was some regular stuff, a lot of people would probably still be here, you guys. Let's just be honest about it. Yes, a lot of people that we lost to D-rugs were what do they call it? They were addicts. They were addicts, right? But if it was just the D-rug that they thought that they were getting, they might still be alive. This is what I'm basically trying to say. They're just trying to do all of this stuff to hype up, to enhance, like the man was saying. They wanted to make it enhance so that you're walking around looking like a zombie or something like that to fully control you. That's what the problem is right now. Or not even that, to take you out because it's too strong. They say that a pin tip worth of Fentanyl can end the life. You can't even inhale it. Got to be real careful. So that's why we're very strong on those stories, especially when it comes down to our bottom line. We're going to keep on moving forward now because we got to get on over to LA. We think that this is possibly a result of tariffs, jobs being lost, and a lot of the fact that these guys just don't want to work. We got an robbery that's been targeted for this store. They smashed the display cases in Sherman Oaks. I actually don't even think that they got anything in this one. This store was very smart, and they had a preemptive going on with this. Check this out. We got to get on over to LA. We got to smash and grab over here.
Then masked thieves create mayhem at the Fashion Square Mall in Sherman Oaks using sledgehammers to try and bust into display cases at a jewelry store.
But they did not get what they came for.
Right.
Special bulletproof glass prevented the cases from shattering, forcing them to escape empty-handed. But they did create chaos and fear. Carlos Saucedo live in Sherman Oaks with what we're learning about the attempted heist. Carlos.
In broad daylight.
Michael Sherry, good evening. We learned that the jewelry store has been targeted before, but this time around, the suspects made off with nothing. Still, they caused quite the commotion. You can hear the loud bangs echo inside the mall as at least 4 hooded suspects attempt to ransack a jewelry store with large hammers, sending panicked customers running for safety. The
Crazy.
robbery happened at Christophe's Jewelers inside the Westfield Fashion Square in Sherman Oaks around 4:30 Wednesday afternoon.
I saw just smash the glasses, not see nothing.
Ermina works at a children's clothing boutique 2 stores down and heard what she thought was gunfire. So she locked herself inside the store.
But I saw the 3 people, and we scared and we closed the door. It's very scary.
What did it sound like to you? Did it
It's like gunshot. I don't know. It's like that. I'm scared.
LAPD was called out. Witnesses say the suspects took off in 2 vehicles, a Corvette and Camaro. Reportedly stolen and dumped in this Van Nuys neighborhood. Ring video shows what appears to be the same suspects wearing hooded sweatshirts in 90-degree weather casually walk away.
Well, you know who that is with the hoodies on and 90 degrees. That's the YNs right there. I don't care. Y'all call it what y'all want. I know who that is. Them the only El Fulios that's outside in 90-degree weather with hoodies on. With the, yeah, you see the shiesty, right? They're so used to the shiesty. They letting them wear the mask. What's the problem, y'all? I said it myself. Why don't they just say anybody wearing a mask, get up against the wall? Oh, they're profiling. You shouldn't say that, Bugatti. Oh, no, that's not right. How about we say this? Stop wearing a damn mask. What the hell are you wearing a mask for? Because that'd be a reason to pull you over. In my day, please walk around with a ski mask on in the summertime or a time when it's not that cold to be wearing it. Because they're going to say, excuse me, sir, can you come over here for a minute? Get up against the wall. Next thing you know, you're going to get locked up and they're going to find out what you got going on. It's too lenient out here. Too lenient. Just the ski mask itself, I think, should be a cause to pull somebody over. Excuse me, come here for a minute. Yeah, that's cause right there. What are you wearing a ski mask for? Are you that ugly? Let's keep on moving forward right now. We got to get on over to East Point, Michigan, where a woman, what's her name? Afeni Badu Muhammad. She's the one that's been accused of stills nabbing, I got to be careful, the McDonald's manager, Jennifer Harris, a mother of 6. She appeared in court, and guess what? They're trying to find out if she's mentally competent in order to stand trial.
Accused of stabbing and killing her manager at a McDonald's in East Point was back in court today. Afeni Badu Muhammad is facing first-degree murder, accused of killing 39-year-old Jennifer Harris, a mother of 6. Noel Friel joins us live with the details. And Noel, criminal proceedings against Muhammad could be paused. That's because experts need to determine if she's competent to stand trial.
Yeah, that's right. Muhammad's attorney ordered her to undergo a mental competency evaluation to determine whether she'll be able to understand the charges against her and participate in her own defense. One of the charges she's now facing is for being a habitual offender. We've now uncovered that charge is tied to another stabbing case in another state where Muhammad pled guilty.
Not just
Loved ones of Jennifer Harris will have to continue to wait for justice as Afeni Muhammad undergoes a mental competency evaluation to determine if she's competent to go to trial.
I knew she was being interviewed, spoken to the doctor. In regards to the time of the report, we leave it to the discretion on when we want to come back.
Muhammad's defense attorney, Joshua Jones, requested the exam. If she's found to be mentally unfit, the case will be put on pause.
Procedurally here in Michigan, when someone is determined to be incompetent, then they go seek services if the center or the doctor determines or believes that they are able to become competent. And so that's what would happen if the conclusion is that she is incompetent.
Muhammad is facing a first-degree murder charge, accused of stabbing Harris to death after an argument where Harris sent her home from work early, appearing to post rantings online about her 2 days before.
She could keep being a bully if she wants to, but that is going to catch up to her. Because it ain't funny at all.
And it's not the first stabbing case Muhammad has been charged in. Local 4 uncovered court documents from a case out of Virginia where she pled guilty to unlawful felony wounding in 2022 after an incident where she stabbed her boyfriend during an argument. According to a criminal complaint, she admitted to stabbing him, saying they had gotten into an altercation after her boyfriend learned she had spoken with a male friend about issues in their relationship. She was given a suspended sentence of 4 years, meaning she didn't have to serve any prison time so long as she met several conditions, including 1 year of state-supervised probation and abiding by a protective order. And we have the full details of that case over at...
All I can say is those poor children, somebody else in the comments definitely said that. That lady had 6 children and now their mother is gone because of this lady right here. Also, demonetized. You were exactly right about what you said. Demonetized, I read what you said. We just got so much going on in the comments right now. But if you guys, I totally appreciate the comment activity. What we would appreciate is all of the money in your pockets. Give it up right now. No, that's not what we want because we know it's hard out here for a pimp. So we don't really try to hit your pockets that much because we got a little bit of coffee in the kitchen. We can make ourselves some coffee. But what we would appreciate is if you guys could get those likes up. That helps get more people over here, gets us a little more knowledge, knowledge that more people know that we're over here. Hit the like button. Also, if you have not already subscribed to the show, come on, become a subscriber, become a member, hit that notification bell. This way you know anytime we're on. And thank you guys for the love on the outfit. Those who hating, y'all gonna hate. How it go? Haters gonna hate. Love is gonna love. I don't even want none of the above. I want to piss on you. I'm a big Dave Chappelle show fan. Y'all don't even know what I'm talking about right now. But we're going to keep on moving forward because I'm just feeling really happy right now. I don't even know why I feel so good. I feel good because I woke up this morning. I feel good because God gave me another day and because it's Purple Sunday, y'all. So we're going to keep on moving forward. Chicago. We're going back over to Chicago where they say they don't need any help. Well, we got an incident right here yesterday where these real knobbers smashed into the Rolex store. Same way, but they got away with some rollies, y'all. Rolly, 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 rolly. Rolly, 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 rolly. They got away with some this time, y'all. They got them for some of these Rolexes. Y'all ready to go? Let's go.
New video shows a frightening scene on Michigan Avenue in broad daylight as people were leaving work.
A robbery crew using axes to smash their windows at the Rolex store and steal watches.
Our Marissa Sulik just spoke with the alderman in the area and has some new developments to share. Marissa?
Joe and Eric, as you can see behind me, the windows are all boarded up here at the Rolex store after what took place. This happened around 2:30 this afternoon as people were walking by, some capturing this all on their phones.
They didn't even care.
Robbers seen using axes to smash through the side window and display case on East Huron. They then reach in and grab a couple watches before they run off. Some watches seen left dangling from the window.
I don't think Rolex thought could be broken. They found out the hard way. If you've got enough leverage on a hatchet, you could break through.
Alderman Brian Hopkins says he does not recall a smash and grab like this in the middle of the afternoon when the streets are filled with tourists and shoppers. Chicago police say 4 men in masks broke the glass.
So now the person that's walking by and just thinking about, grabbing the last one that's hanging out the window and keep on walking, y'all should not be thinking like that. Y'all know better than that. That's like being part of what they doing. Y'all walking by, y'all see the watch in the window. Y'all like, hey, it's just a Rolex, let me get. No, that's part of something that people got, they're going to get in trouble for. So you don't get jammed up in that as well. Y'all.
This was a successful robbery. They have recounted. They are missing watches. This was successful.
The robbers fled in a red Nissan Murano and sent police on a chase down the Dan Ryan. They then crashed the SUV into a parked car near 69th and Peoria in the Englewood neighborhood. Police scanner traffic says the men were seen throwing items out the windows, presumably watches.
Honestly, it's sad.
Lamont Evans is with the Restorative Project, a group that responds to violence in the community. We talked to him about how this happened as President Trump is threatening to bring the National Guard to Chicago.
But they don't need no help in Chicago. That's nothing right there. The crazy part about it is, I don't know if you guys noticed, but even the little sledgehammers that was on the ground still had the price tags and the tickets on them, which means they probably still know the tools to go do the real snobbery too. Lord have mercy. Double tap the screen to get those likes up because it's going down. And when they say that they don't need no help, okay, y'all don't need no help. Okay, we got to keep on going right now. I double get past this story right here to get to this next one. I think this is the Camaro story. When someone is in these guys' driveway trying to steal their Camaro. This happened in Texas. You guys got to be very careful how you park your car because there's a new technology out here right now. Besides them just trying to steal your car, there is a device that basically they can have outside of your home. And at nighttime, they like to do this. They trigger this device to make it sync with your FOB, with your fob, with your key. Once it syncs with it, it gives them access to your vehicle and they can just basically drive off with your car. It's happened in so many cases. This case didn't happen like that because the homeowner came out and said, "Pow, get up out of here." Because in Texas, it's a little different from New York. Yeah, they can protect themselves in Texas.
2 suspects showed up to Willie's home in Southwest Fort Worth, armed and with special technology used to steal cars. The suspect removes the car's side window. Then the suspect climbed into the driver's seat.
My spotlight was on and everything, but they didn't care.
Willie and his son got the alert from their home camera, so they came out. An attempted car theft turned into a gun battle.
I said, I told my son, "Hey, back up, back up."
When the suspect fired, Willie shot back.
I decided to fire the 2 shots in the air and let them know that I have a weapon over here.
That sent the suspects rushing back to their white Camaro.
They were still shooting as they were running.
Wow.
The suspects sped off. No one was hurt.
You could have easily been hit.
Yes.
What do you say to people who say, you have insurance, just let them go?
They coming in my yard, on my property, trying to get my vehicle. I'm protected.
They trying to come on Willie yard. Don't be coming on Willie yard. You see Willie right here? That's what my step-pop name. His name Willie. Willie ain't playing. Willie got something hot for you. You come on his land. Yeah, you shouldn't have woke him up at 2 o'clock in the morning either. That's what really got him mad. Don't mess around with Willie. Come on, y'all, double tap the screen for Willie, making sure that he keep his property to himself.
To my property. Yes. And that's my right.
You see, Willie says he's had enough.
Fed up, big time.
He says this is the 3rd time thieves have targeted his vehicles. Last year, the family's Camaro was stolen and never recovered. This time, they didn't get away with the car, but the suspects are still on the run.
I bet you they think twice about messing with Mr. Willie over there with them 2 black cars in the front of his crib, because Mr. Willie don't sleep. Mr. Willie got something hot for y'all. Come on now, double tap that screen and show some love for Mr. Willie, y'all. Come on now, we got to get on over to Florida, where we got these illegal immigrants accused of attacking a train conductor, the deputy, and a K-9. Check this out, you guys. This happened in Polk County. That was crazy right there. I got to give big props to Mr. Willie right there for protecting this crib.
Joining us for News Channel 8 on the CW Tampa Bay. An illegal immigrant is behind bars in Polk County tonight, accused of trying to beat up a train conductor, then attacking a sheriff deputy and a K-9. As News Channel 8's Ryan Arbogast reports, Sheriff Grady Judd says the suspect's actions now make him eligible for deportation.
People living in this area say the only way to and from their homes was blocked for about 3 hours on Saturday night after someone got their trailer stuck on the train tracks behind me. When a train conductor stopped to help, they didn't get thanked. They got attacked. It's an unlikely sight. Polk County Sheriff's deputies' lights right on the train tracks. You're looking at pictures from the intersection of SR 37 South and Railroad Avenue in Bradley Junction from over the weekend.
This is a mean rascal, and he's dangerous, and he was totally out of control.
Sheriff Grady Judd said his deputies needed to bust out all the stops to lock up 38-year-old Josue Castroneda Castro after the Mexican national was driving drunk, got stuck in the path of an oncoming CSX train, and then tried to fight the conductor.
He's already tried to fight the engineers on the train. He fought with the deputy.
Castroneda Castro then took off into these nearby woods, leading deputies on a half-a-mile chase before he was arrested.
When backup arrived, the drone arrived, the helicopter arrived, the canine arrived, you can go to jail tired or you can just go to jail, but you're going to jail.
This man is an illegal immigrant with 4 previous DUI convictions. Sheriff Judd says he's the poster child for why Polk County is one of ICE's biggest allies.
Makes me sick to my stomach. I mean, gag me with a spoon when they go, oh, you know, they're just wanting to take people out of this country and they've really not done anything wrong. Look, even if you came here illegally and you're behaving and you're not violating the law, you're not the focus.
Castroneda Castro is now being held on a slew of felony charges, including assaulting law enforcement and canines and interfering with a train.
Yo, this dude went on a straight up spree that day, boy. I don't know what he was drinking, but you know what I think it was, you guys? Tequila. It probably was some tequila. That's probably what it was. We're going to keep on moving forward because we got to get on to to Washington. We're going to get into our headline right here where Mike Johnson says that Donald Trump was an informer. Boom, boom now. No, I do not know that song. But does anybody remember this episode of In Living Color when a man named Jim Carrey played what's his name? What's that guy's name? The singer for that song. Jim Carrey was like, informer. He started going into like Popeye songs. Oh my God, that guy right there is one of the funniest comedians that I have to give props to. Let's give Jim Carrey his props right now for his rendition of Informer. Because come on, Donald Trump was the informer for a minute. Why not? And we're not hating on you. You know, you probably had to do it because you thought that, you know, it was something that would help the country. But yes, we got some raw video footage where he says it straight up and down that Trump basically was an informer and helped take down Epstein.
So we're working through various ideas on what that can entail, and really a nationwide crime bill is one of the things on the table. A couple of the areas that we're looking at specifically initially is the juvenile crime problem, which is a big thing around the country that there's some ideas on how to address, and also these restrictive policing policies that have done real harm in major cities. I mean, you know, the same people that were very vocal about the defund police movement now seem to have awakened to the reality and recognize that more policing is helpful, and so we're going to address some of those things.
Do you think that Thomas Massey deserves to be reelected?
Thomas Massey has to make that decision himself. I mean, he is actively working against his team almost daily.
From In Living Color.
And seems to enjoy that role. So he is, you know, deciding his own fate. I have bent over backwards to help every member of my conference. As you know, the speaker's job is to lead the incumbent protection program, as I call it. I've had long, thoughtful discussions with Thomas Massey about some of his antics and the way he openly attacks me online almost every hour of every day for sport. Totally unfounded. You know, my way is to reach out an olive branch to everybody and try to be a peacemaker, and some people make that very difficult for me.
Do you think that he's going to succeed in getting the 6 signatures to force this vote?
I don't expect he will, but I mean, the whole effort has been mooted. It's not necessary anymore. Let me make this very clear, as we've made several times the last couple of days. The Oversight Committee's effort goes further than the discharge. It requests and seeks and is actually gathering more documents, it's even anticipated, by the discharge. The discharge is poorly written. It does not adequately protect innocent victims, and that is a very important thing. It doesn't protect whistleblowers or confidential informants or undercover law enforcement agents, which are critical to protect in sex trafficking investigations, obviously. It has lots of problems. The discharge petition goes after the Epstein estate files, which is, we're told by people who know, a treasure trove of information. Discharge doesn't cover it. Discharge doesn't go after the Treasury, the banking records. The Oversight Committee does. They're already gathering that. So
Well, the victims who want it, the victims came up here asking for this.
I spent 2.5 hours with the leading victims, 6 of those women who were the leading spokespersons yesterday. They sat with the entire Oversight Committee, and as you all know, we've got some real bulldogs on both sides of the aisle in that room, fiercely committed to taking care of this problem. With tears, they told us how grateful they were to have leadership of Congress and all these members dialed in on that. Now, we tip our hats. We are so proud of the heroism and the courage of these women who came forward and put their names and faces on this effort. But remember, they represent as many as 1,000 other women, most of whom are not comfortable coming forward. So what we have to make sure to do, I'm a lawyer, I understand our responsibility and I understand the nuances of this. The details matter in how you do this. You have to protect the innocent victims who do not want to come out and stand behind the microphones. And I think the women who spoke yesterday clearly understand that. They told me that themselves. In fact, I met with them privately before he went into oversight yesterday, and I explained the necessity of that. And every single one of them nodded and said, of course, yes, please do that.
But Trump called it a hoax yesterday.
What Trump is referring to is the hoax that the Democrats are using to try to attack him. He has never said or suggested or implied. I've talked to him about this many times. Right
here.
It comes
He is
across as
horrified.
the whole thing.
It's been misrepresented. He's not saying that what Epstein did is a hoax. It's a terrible, unspeakable evil. He believes that himself. When he first heard the rumor, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago. He was an FBI informant to try to take this stuff down. The president knows and has great sympathy for the women who have suffered these unspeakable harms. It's detestable to him. He and I have spoken about this as recently as 24 hours ago. What he's talking about is the Democrats who are doing this with impure motives. If they cared so much about this, why didn't they do something during the 4 years of the Biden administration when the Biden DOJ had all the records? They didn't say a word about it. Now they're doing it for political purposes. Not everybody, but a lot of them, and that's what the president's frustrated about. And
we normally don't even go that long, you guys, but I had to let them stack the deck like that for you guys that wanted to know that information to get the information. And as much as we can get, we're going to keep on moving forward because now we got to get on over to this one.
I want to talk about what was new because the missing minute of the surveillance video out.
Yes, the missing minute of the Jeffrey Epstein CCTV footage. That's right. We got some information from Anna Polino Luna and reacts to the, the discrepancies over the DOJ's missing minute in the Epstein footage. Let's go.
Outside of Epstein's cell was now publicized in the stump, but Attorney General Pam Bondi said this previously. What we learned from the Bureau of Prisons was every night the video was reset and every night should have the same minute missing. But this shows that that missing minute isn't missing at all. It's there. What do you make of that discrepancy?
Well, I think that we need to get better cameras, but also too, you know, there's a lot of information and the Attorney General, as far as this is concerned, is dealing with a number of other things. Although I think that this is obviously a very important case because of the way that the American people feel and that there was not justice served. And I think that that's the same perspective and I have that same viewpoint because I've heard the victim stories and also too, you know, when you're hearing some of the names of these people, I won't say it yet, but when you're hearing some of the names of these people and you're hearing that they were also paying off law enforcement, you know, why were these people that were accepting bribes not also charged? You know, you're complicit in that. That's illegal. You can't do that. I can't accept a bribe like that. So there does need to be justice brought and served. And so it's going to be interesting once we get through our investigation, of which it's going to be very, very extensive. We will be able to make criminal referrals, and then the Department of Justice, which I'm sure will be following up on those criminal referrals.
So yes, they're not just going to be going on one angle with this. After that, they're going to be making criminal referrals after they get their information together. It's going to be a lot of powerful people having to get some good lawyers, you guys out there. So if any good lawyers, y'all got any time, y'all about to get paid in the shade. Ooh, these lawyers is about to get paid. We got to keep on moving forward because we got more from Marina Lacerda. She's one of the key witnesses in the Epstein case. She speaked out for the first time.
Thank you very much for talking with us.
Thank you for having me.
What made you decide you were ready to speak out now?
Well, you know, listening to, the girls, the victims speak, on my first therapy session that we all had together. And unfortunately, only 5 women or 6 women came. When there's almost 1,000 women, I was just like, these women are so strong. Their voices are strong. Their voices are loud. And I think it's important for all women that have been abused, raped, or any kind of abuse to speak up. And I think maybe if I speak, some of the girls.
The Tempur-Pedic breeze makes sleep feel cool.
That's right.
So no more sweating all
I'm
night
with that.
or
That's
blasting
right.
your
That's why we do this show. We do this for the victims as well as to make sure we get some sort of justification.
biggest sale of the year.
I'm
with
for that.
savings up to $700 on select adjustable
Now
mattress
we got some
sets.
trolls and
The
we got to
girls
get
that
rid
I
of.
know will baby speak too, because there's a lot of us.
Let's go back, and forgive me because I'm going to try to ask you some of these things from the past that you may not remember. But let's just start with your childhood. I know you were born in Brazil. Then you moved to Astoria.
Yes.
And what was your upbringing like?
So in Brazil, it was great. I came to New York when I was 9 years old. My mother came before me, but when I came, my mother had met my stepfather at the time. And I would say, I don't know, 2-3 months after that, I started to get sexually abused by my stepfather. I couldn't have any friends. If I did have friends that came over, like my girlfriends, they were getting abused by him.
Wow.
Then somebody came up to me and was like, hey, like your stepfather also sexually harassed me. Do you want to go to the cops? So I went with this young lady and the cops never believed me. And, you know, at the time, I guess I didn't want to speak the whole truth. From 8 till 13 or 12, it really sucked my life.
And on top of that, there were financial constraints.
Well, after my stepfather left and got arrested, and then we basically lived in one room, me, my mom, and my sister. And my mom couldn't get a job or whatever the case was. So I started working. And I think that's what kind of led me to Jeffrey Epstein. You know, a girl saw me that, you know, I was struggling and I needed to make meets ends. And she was like, hey, like, I have a gig for you.
Yep, that's how it happens. That's exactly how it happens. Not always grooming. It's actually someone who possibly has already been groomed and that's already going through the struggle, going through the situation. And they're like, hey, I know this guy that'll give you some money for a massage. She go over there thinking the massage, it's more than a massage. He tries to put some more extra money on it. And sometimes they may just go for it because it's questionable, because they need the money. But that does not mean it's right, especially if it's an underage child. It's not right, you guys. It's not right. Double tap that screen and get those likes up because we got to keep on moving forward. I hope you guys really appreciate the content that we're giving you right now. We are going for it right now. We're going to keep on moving forward. Yesterday, like I said, we lost the iPad and went out, but today we locked and loaded. Do me a favor, y'all. If y'all have not already subscribed, please do so. We got to get on over to this grandmother right here. I don't know what she was thinking about when she allowed her 11-year-old to give birth at home, while her stepdad is said to be 99% the DNA match. Yes, let's go. We're going over to Oklahoma, you guys. This right here is a crazy story. This grandmother here, she's been arrested since this happened, but that's her right there. Let's go.
Nobody, not even the neighbors. They say things, but they don't know what was going on.
You just heard from the 11-year-old's grandmother, Michelle Justice, who we spoke to in an exclusive interview last week. She has just been placed under arrest for child neglect. This comes after it was found through a paternity test that the 11-year-old's stepfather was found to have a 99% DNA match to the baby she birthed.
I live next door. I have witnessed them go back and forth to their mama's house across the street. She has provided for their needs because they have no running water for the last 2 or 3 years.
Last week, I spoke with a neighbor who lives next to the house the 11-year-old and her siblings were removed from. She believes the entire family knew what was happening. The child's stepfather, Dustin Walker, and her mother, Cherie Walker, were also arrested last week on child neglect charges, according to an affidavit.
So where y'all get money? Where y'all get water for that weed plant that's in the window? Because I'm fast like that. That was a weed plant.
affidavit filed in Muskogee County. Authorities say the parents failed to provide medical care for their 11-year-old daughter, who was 36 weeks pregnant and delivered inside the home. Both parents claimed they didn't know she was pregnant. The child had not seen a doctor in over a year. The district attorney's office confirmed Justice faces 6 counts of child neglect.
Good.
The affidavit states Justice lived across the street from her granddaughter, saw her almost daily, and was in regular contact, including the day she gave birth. It also states Justice cared for 5 other children in the same home, but failed to report the pregnancy.
I think Grandma thought she was doing what was right to help those kids. But what parent allows that?
In Muskogee, Isabel Flores, 2 News, Oklahoma.
Man, oh man, oh man. Yeah, man, Oklahoma. That's where I'm not saying there's always some places it happens. That right there, terrible, tragic story. Now that 11-year-old has a child of her own that she got to deal with moving forward. And it's by her stepdad. And her grandmother just got locked up. So her world just came crashing down even worse. Terrible, tragic situation. Even though she didn't lose her life, we still would like to pray that she gets some sort of resolve out of this, comes out of this stronger, and possibly, hopefully, gets away from this family and is able to move on with her life. We ask that in Jesus' name, amen. Doesn't always have to be someone losing their life. It could be something else too. We're gonna get on over to Alabama right now, Birmingham, where the police are fed up with the recent homicides that's been going on over there. We go around everywhere, y'all. Everywhere there's information at, anytime there's something happening, we try to get involved and make sure that the stories get out.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. As stated, I'm Michael Pickett. I have the pleasure of serving as the Chief of Police for the Birmingham Police Department. I want to thank all of our media outlets that are here, making time in your day for this impromptu press conference. I thank you for doing that because it's important at times that we communicate, our department communicate, and I communicate with the public and give everyone an update on what's on our hearts and minds with BPD and how you all can help us and just the status of things. So thank you all for being here. With that being said, flanking me is all of my command staff from patrol, investigations, and those that work directly with me on a day-to-day basis. So to Birmingham, we are better than this. I truly believe that we are better than this. We owe our elders and our children more than what we've given them over the past couple of weeks. Senseless acts of violence. Senseless. Over the past couple of weeks, BPD, as well as our community, has lost a 6-year-old to an adult, not a parent in that instance, but an adult that left a fully loaded weapon amongst a child for him to end, a toddler, for him to end his precious life. We observed parents encouraging middle school aged little girls to fight, ending up in the street, fighting violently. And now we have one of our most precious souls that God blessed with long life was killed by a stray bullet while sitting on her porch with her daughter. When is enough enough? BPD is going to continue to keep our foot on the gas as it relates to violent offenders and crime across Birmingham. But at this point, it is time for our community to completely turn its back on senseless acts of violence. This isn't about snitching or snitch culture. We are past that.
Thank you.
No one should harbor a person that has killed a grandmother.
Yeah, that's what happened. Grandmother lost her life. All she was doing was sitting on the porch with her grandchild. Straight, boom, took her life out. 96, something like that, 94 years old, because some idiot just decided to rock a shiesty, want to have some drama going on. and end this precious old woman's life. This lady could have taught so much and educated so many people. I want to give a prayer out to the lady as well as her family that lost the family that lost their loved one in this tragic event. And hopefully they can find some strength and resolve in this tragic situation, Lord. We ask you this Sunday. Amen. Terrible, tragic situation right there, you guys. Terrible. Let's get on over to Florida now. Florida. We got South Florida, a place I'm not in too much of a in a rush to get to. I like Florida. I like the sun, the shade, and everything like that. But the food, a little questionable when you got a lot of these places that are being shut down because of the cucaracha, la cucaracha, la 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 la. La cucaracha, a lot of cockroaches, y'all. Yeah, come to find out that not only are you going down to Florida to get some fun in the sun, but you might be getting some roach-infested food depending on where you're going to get your food at. Check this situation out right here, y'all.
Shut, 4 inspections, dozens of roaches, and an owner demanding privacy.
But you deserve to know what an inspector found inside. Here's Jeff Wines here with tonight's Dirty Dining Report.
Nobody wants
It's an invasion of privacy, sir.
Nobody wants to talk to us about the roaches.
Nobody wants to speak about it. It's an invasion of privacy. Please leave.
There is nothing private about being ordered shut by the state. In fact, this big orange closed sticker, an inspector plastered on the front door, has been up for almost 2 weeks. You were shut down for roaches, and you've been shut down for like 10 days.
No, but we finished.
It's TJ's Restaurant and Bakery. It sits in the Golden Glades area at 15327 Northwest 7th Ave.
It look like they got roaches. Come on, y'all. Y'all know better. It look like they got roaches. How dare you go there to get something to eat? It looked like a roach motel.
Avenue. This place first ordered shut back on August 20th after inspectors found roaches basically everywhere, crawling on prep tables, mixers, shelves with seasoning, dead roaches in the kitchen, the lobby area, a bathroom, and coolers. In fact, inspectors had to come back 3 more times.
It's an invasion of privacy.
Privacy? Sorry, not when roaches are running the kitchen and you're serving food to the public. Our next stop is Pompano Beach. Chef D's at 3919 North Federal Highway. 19 violations found in this place last week. 19 violations, roaches in several places.
Yeah.
He said, yeah.
Take care of them now.
That's, of course, the standard answer, and yes, we know you did. But why did it take an inspection and shutdown to make it happen? It's unacceptable, right?
Yeah, unacceptable, but we're fixing the problem now.
Nearly 30 live and dead roaches were found crawling under a cooler, a sink, a dishwasher, a prep table. An employee was spotted eating right out of a saucepan. What do you say to customers? How did it get that way? You clean every night?
Yes, we clean every night, but it happens.
Can we come look around? Is it clean?
No, because we have a mess right now.
You have a mess right now. Our final stop takes us to Dania Beach into Lubin's Restaurant and Bakery.
Oh, you want to be compliant? You want to be all nice? Can we come in and check and see what you got going on? Oh, no right now, Papi. We cleaning. We have something going on right now. No, right now. 1 minute. Give me 1 minute.
Address here, 1466 West Dixie Highway. I want to talk to you about the inspection.
I don't speak English.
She says she doesn't speak English and then disappears behind a kitchen door to make a phone call. This place ordered to stop serving all food items. Records show inspectors have been here 4 times in the past month. Rodent droppings spotted on the floor, inside a mop sink, under bakery tables, behind equipment and a bread slicer. Droppings were seen inside a metal bowl and inside a mixer bowl.
Ew.
All of a sudden, that co-owner who didn't speak English apparently does.
We close.
I know you're closed. That's why I'm here to ask you what happened.
The boss is not there.
When will the boss be here?
1.
At 1 o'clock, no one was here. All the places ordered shut, allowed to reopen following an ordered cleanup and then a reinspection.
This is why I'm showing the show. Why? Because all they got to do is clean up and get a certain amount of clarity and cleanliness in order to get there, in order to be back operational. I'm good. The boss is not here. You know what? Learn how to speak English first. How about that? Oh my God. Nastiness. Y'all be careful where y'all go eat. Me, I don't go out to eat as much because of situations like that. I prepare my own meals. Call me what you want, call me cheap or whatever like that, but at least I know what's crawling in my kitchen. How about that? And you guys, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen if y'all appreciate the content, because we're going all over today and we're covering every aspect in the news. Let's keep on moving right now, because you know it ain't over. How they said when you down with Guy and them, it ain't over. I thought y'all didn't like the beat. It ain't over. Party ain't over, y'all. Let's keep on moving forward. Washington, the Oval Office. President Trump makes an announcement about Space Command. That's right, y'all. Space Command. A lot of stuff going on with the president. A lot of stuff going on with our country right now. So Space Command, let's get into it a little bit.
So religious liberty is so important. And we're talking about every religion now. And we're doing things on that nobody else has ever done. And we're going to be having a big announcement in about 2 weeks on that question. Yeah, please.
On Space Command, sir, are you concerned that people may not be willing to relocate from Colorado to Alabama?
No, I'm not worried. We'll get somebody else. I mean, the problem with Colorado is they have a very corrupt voting system. Look, I have so many friends in Colorado. Anytime you have mail-in voting, you have corrupt elections. Very simple. It's very simple. Even Jimmy Carter said it with his commission. They set up a commission with him and Scoop Jackson and some people, highly regarded people. And they said the finding was, if you have mail-in voting, you will have corrupt elections. Well, your radical left governor decided that he was going to have all mail-in voting in Colorado. Once you have all mail-in voting, and for whatever reason, the Democrats cheat. And they cheat like, they're not stupid. That's the only thing. They're no good on policy. They're no good on management. They're no good at government. But they're great at cheating. And they stick together, too. I give them credit for sticking together. Please.
Obviously, this is a big win for national security, moving this to Alabama. We all can agree with that. Is there any idea that
SpaceX moving to Alabama
on the state and on that local area?
I'm sorry, not SpaceX. What's that? Space Command. I'm sorry, Space Command.
Tremendous. I mean, the state of Alabama, what we've seen through this process is the worst of Washington.
All right, we wanted to see what was going on with Space Command, and we wanted to bring you guys up on that. Anybody interested in Space Command? Everybody, there's a topic for everybody here, not just one. Now we got to get into NASCAR, because of all sports, Michael Jordan decided to get into NASCAR. And now he's got some situations and some comments about NASCAR and says he's willing to fight to the end. What is he willing to fight to the end about? I didn't know what the problem was, what's going on with Michael Jordan here, and what's the big pushback. So, of course, I had to Google it. So let's see. What's going on with Michael Jordan and NASCAR? Why is Michael Jordan suing NASCAR? February 10th, 2025. We got the main issue is that an antitrust lawsuit filed by Michael Jordan's 23X1 Racing Group and Front Row Motorsports against NASCAR, alleging that monopolistic practices related to the league's charter system, which guaranteed teams a spot on the share of revenue. So basically the team is like, where my bread at? Give me my money. Somebody in the comments said that already. Give me my money. And the teams refused to sign the new charter extensions, believing the terms were unfair. So yeah, we got a situation going on with Michael Jordan off the basketball court, not talking about his sneakers. Has to do with a new venture that he's got going on right now with NASCAR.
I think you finally got to see them, and you can see what this case is about. I think NASCAR's arguments against those documents speak for themselves as well. And we are very, very happy to have had this opportunity. And we look forward to Judge Mel hearing and discussion next week. So thank you very much. And I think Michael, if I can impose upon him to say just a few words.
Look, I've been a fan of the game for a long time. And, when we first started this whole process, I've always said that I want to fight for the betterment of the sport. When we first started this whole process, I've always said that I want to fight for the betterment of the sport. Even though they try to point out that, we made some money, we had a successful business. That's not the point. The point is that the sport itself needs to continue to change for the better, for the fans as well as for the teams, as well as for NASCAR too, if they understand. So I feel like we made a good statement today about that. And look, I look forward to going down with fire. If I have to fight this to the end for the betterment of the sport, I will. Did you feel like
We've
this?
always been open. We've always been open. So always have been. We've never taken that off.
Questions, guys.
Steven, stop.
He's basically saying they've always been open for a settlement. They don't even really want to go. They don't even want to have this going on. All they're looking for is fairness in the sport. And as you guys know, when it comes to our skin, they don't really want to let us in when it comes down to NASCAR. Let's be real about that. Nice, different setting to see Michael Jordan in, something totally different from what we're normally used to seeing him in, whether it comes to basketball, sneakers, or basketball. You guys, do your boy a favor, double tap that screen, because guess what? It ain't over. We got to get on over to this man that protected his Rolex. He was not playing. You're not going to take my Rolex, man. You hear me? We're not going to take my Rolex. We got this man that lives in New York, in Manhattan Beach. He's a weightlifter. Only thing is he's 87 years old. He fights off these people trying to take his Rolex off his wrist. They ran into the wrong 87-year-old. They don't know that Poppy be doing curls every morning. Let's go, y'all. Let's get it.
Well, a pair of attempted Rolex robbers picked the wrong 87-year-old as their target. They tried to rip off his... Well, a pair of attempted Rolex robbers picked the wrong 87-year-old as their target. They tried to rip off his $48,000 watch at Gramercy Park Senior Center, but the victim flipped the script. News 4's Erica Byfield talked with him and has his story.
I twisted her up pretty good, including her body, which I used as battering ram against the inside of the cab. So I worked her over pretty good.
Larry Schwartz describing the Rolex throwdown that he won against a woman who tried to steal his gold watch like this, worth $50,000.
They pick on the wrong person, and people my age don't work out every day, and they have been working out since they're 14.
At 87, Larry Schwartz still pumps iron, religiously slinging at least 240 reps a day. The startling tug of war happened around 11 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday near 23rd and 3rd Avenue. Just after Larry and Joanna walked up to the Stein Senior Center, a man approached.
And he's calling me and he's saying, I'm from Dubai. I turned around and I said, well, welcome to New York. He said, we want directions to Walmart. So I said, there are no Walmarts in Manhattan. He said, tell that to my wife.
She did. Larry follows. Seconds later, the woman reaches for Larry's wrist, slips on a gold watch with diamonds.
And it's a knockoff. For somebody stupid or somebody that doesn't know Rolex, right away, I know there's a problem.
He said that she unclasped his watch. Then he grabbed her arm, yanked 3 times.
Her body smacked against the door. If I don't let go of her, he's going to pull away. And he's going to drag me. It's not going to happen.
Video shows the would-be robbers getting away. The police are looking for a woman in her 30s and a man in his 40s, wanting to talk to them about their run-in with Larry and that foiled heist.
She's got to have one hell of a sore shoulder and arm. I mean, I also boxed amateur. I had 44 amateur fights. And so I'm not the average person. I know that.
And it looks like he proved it. Erica Byfield, News 4.
You ain't getting my watch. You heard that? Said, nah, baby, you ain't gonna roll. You won't be rolling off with my Rolex. Not this morning. 87 years old, still does workouts, still does reps. What y'all think about that? He said he grabbed her arm and pulled her into the door like, poof. I used it as a battering ram. Only somebody that know how to fight is gonna think like that. Oh, you in the car? Come on over here. Oh, grab the arm. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. And if y'all trying to make some legal money, all y'all got to do is hit that link in the description, and you guys will be able to fill out a survey today to make up to about $350. You'll make some money, and I'll make some money too. Also, if y'all trying to promote a business, lawn doctor, I don't know what you do. You might be a barbecue guy. You might be doing landscaping. I don't know what you do. But if you like to promote your business, all you need to do is send a 1080 by 1080, because that's the size it has to be in order for it to go in our post notification area here. Send it over to bridgethisllc@gmail.com. That's bridgethisllc@gmail.com. If you're already subscribed to the channel and you're a member trying to promote your business, we will put it up in the post notification area if it's 1080 by 1080. Also, you guys, y'all know what I'm about to talk about. About to talk about that Show Your talent search that's coming up next week in Brooklyn, of all places. That's right. We already did the Bronx. We did Queens. Myself and DJ Don Dada. And what is the Show Your talent search? That's the talent search where you guys come out to a location I tell you to. And if you're better than everybody else, boom, you get to win $250. And after we finish with all the locations, we come to one final location where one person is going to walk off with $1,000. That's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. And I'm going to be the one that's hosting over there, along with, that's right, DJ Don Dada, formerly of Black Ink Crew. That's right, you guys. We did Throg's Neck, the Superstore, and we also did L&W by Valley Stream. So we coming to Brooklyn. We can't wait. I can't wait. If you guys want to be part of the Show Your talent search, all you got to do is go over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Fill out the mailing address, the mailing list. Once you do that, I will follow up and send you the date, time, and location for the next Show Your talent search. And y'all know what that means, right? Y'all know what it is? It's Sunday. Drink some water. Don't worry about problems. You know why? Because the man upstairs gave us another day to keep on pushing to get it right. Nobody's perfect. And guess what? Problems present opportunities. At this time, I like to throw a real quick prayer out to all of our people that's here. Jimmy Ford, we got Mark Dorfman, we got Liberty and Justice up in here. Rebecca Lon Yen Bueno, who we always praying for to make sure that she's good. Casey, we got to make sure you're good. Dot Focus. Everybody up under the sound of my voice, want to make sure that you guys know I appreciate every single one of you. You are the wind beneath my wings and the reason why I do this every single day. Amen. Thank you so much. And with that being said, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, Rebecca, came here to chill with me, Batty Lynn, came here to chill with me, DJ, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, y'all know what it is. Get 'em! Peace.